with Madras High Court directing the Tamil Nadu authorities to include animal welfare as a subject in school curriculum. Live News Goa spoke to animal lovers about merits of incorporating such a subject in schools.
Animal welfare in schools, long overdue. The reasons are enumerated very well in the print article, so please go through it. But also importantly, I think it would be great if schools, even colleges and like other institutions could adopt a few animals, maybe a few stray animals, and not just dogs and cats. I mean, there's cattle, there's donkeys, there's pigs, there's hens, yeah, because they're all animals which are like domesticated and we come across them. Even snakes, you can get guys to understand snakes because they are extremely misunderstood. Okay, so what happens is that when you have these animals, kids can interact with them on a regular basis before, after school, during their breaks, etc. And this will help them to practically experience what is being taught to them in the class. It will help them to improve their understanding of the animal's behavior. It will help to erase fears. It will give them physical exercise. It will create compassion and bonds between themselves and even their classmates. Remember, in the same ways that the human species has certain traits, so do all animals. We need to understand that. I personally see humanity through the eyes of animals. So this is definitely a move in the right direction.
Animal welfare is a big subject. I think it has to be taught to children in their curriculum, but in a way that they like it. Welfare may be a big, huge, heavy subject for them, but if we can teach them or encourage them to love, to be compassionate and caring about the domestic animals that they see near them, that will be a really good help. And that will not only just make these animals feel better, but it will make them a better human being and better person in the society. We certainly would like to see that our children adopt some or the other animals, domestic animals nearby, whosoever they find, and whichever animal they like. At least they try with something. And that habit of loving this animal should be inculcated by families, by teachers, and self-help groups, so that we can make a different India, different country who not only love their own people, but animals as well. Thank you.
One of those values towards building a progressive country is to ensure that the child develops a proper compassion and love for the animals and the moving organisms or domesticated animals around her. Yeah, it's a step in a strong way to root out the animal cruelty and the current level of neglect we see towards our strays and streeties, irrespective of the kind that it belongs to. So, and to do that, I would suggest that not only in the initial grades, but at the play school level, students are actually given practical lessons of how to pet a animal or how to feed an animal, go through, take them on the guidance of the teacher and few of the supporting staffs to the streets, so that they can basically talk to or have the hands-on session of how to become friendly with an animal. Dogs are the best, because cat will be a little difficult unless until domesticated. But yeah, dogs are probably the best way to go in. Maybe feed some biscuits, and we can do that around the school. There will be streeties around the school. We can take them to certain homes where the petting has been done, for where you have both felines and canines, and see how they are being managed and how they become humanized when humans come in contact or humans shelter them.
Animal welfare as a subject to be introduced in syllabus is a step long overdue. In schools, as we see today, the children often spend almost 3/4 of the day in school, and then the remaining part is left watching TV or other trivial things in the absence of their parents who are mostly at work. So in case the syllabus is introduced and the children are allowed to keep pets at home, maybe pet dog or pet cat, they will inculcate in themselves a sense of belonging and responsibility, wherein they will take care, as mostly this would be a more in a case of single children, where they will take care of the pet, and as a corollary they will take the responsibility of it by giving it a bath, by feeding it, by taking it to the vet, and so on and so forth. Even as a community, the parents could take their children, in case they can't get pets like dogs or cats, they could take them to animal welfare centers and spend every fortnight or a month